You may have been through a lot in your life. You may have been through hell in your life. Life has been given to you from a higher power, but hell doesn't own you. Hell did not create you. Something that you need to understand, that no matter who you are in this world that we live in today, everyone must suffer. Everyone must struggle. But everybody that is going through something always has a story to tell.
Look at your life right now. If you want to keep on getting what you're getting, keep on doing what you're doing. As you look back on your life, you can decide that I don't like what I produced here, and I want higher ground. If you change your ways, I'll give you far more than you ever lost. You've got to be willing to change your ways. Your life is working. If you don't like what you have produced, you're a director, you are the star, you wrote this script. I want to begin to experience more love. I want to have more adventure in my life. I want something that gives my life a sense of meaning. You produced this, whatever it is. If it's a hit, you produced it. If it's a flop, you produced it. Take ownership of it and decide to go back to the drawing board and rewrite the script that you are the star of. You have the power to do that. On this day, you can declare. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been selected to head up a program called Project Life in Chicago, training thousands of kids. And I had the experience, and to see the young people and the parents and the community volunteers when they went out, and to see these young people when they came in. One young man from the Cabrini Green housing projects who didn't want to be there, who came up and said, "I'll never be the same again." He said, "Thank you, Mr. Brown." He said, "I just got to go now, but thank you, sir. I'll never be the same again."
Most people that are successful right now had to go through something to get what they got to this day. Some people are not even willing to hurt and to feel that so that they get what it is that they want. But let's go beyond that. What about the people out there who can't talk? What about the people out there that are suffering from diseases that cannot be cured from? What about the other people out here who can't walk? What about you? What about you? What are you going to do about the life you have? How far are you going to go? How are you going to live?
To see a letter I got from a young man who was in the Cook County Jail where I work on Monday morning. And this young man will not be out of jail for at least 50 years. At least 50 years. They gave him 100 years. This guy has shot at least 60 people that we know of and killed 10 at least. Over 70% of these young men are in there for murder. And this letter he wrote, he said, "Since listening to your tapes," he said, "I have not changed, but I feel a different person in me." We wanted to have a two-pronged attack where we would train people on the outside and train those that are in the jails, because I believe if you cage them like animals and treat them like animals and they're out on the streets every 22 months, they're going to get out and act like animals and go back in like animals. So we said, let's take an approach. This gives me my life. This might be insane. But I felt so good. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, if we can accept the possibility of that this is the decade of consciousness. That's what I believe that this is. A time where we can begin to create in folks' minds the idea, the possibility that we can create the kind of respect for diversity and difference in our multicultural society. The possibility that we can create more love, communication, and understanding in relationships. the possibility that we can create a more humane society, the possibility that we can begin to develop the mindset to bring out the best in people, to encourage them to achieve their greatness and support them in their dreams. That if we can, in this decade of consciousness, to begin to see and envision that happening, that we were born for such a time as this, and that we all can play a role, that we showed up for this, that we survived 1 out of 9 million sperms, and we have been chosen for this great work. What an exciting time to be alive.